Hi friends, my name is Chaitanya Patke and welcome back to my YouTube channel. A pretty disappointing performance by Team India to cap off the series. Unfortunately, we lost the match by 4 runs, and with it South Africa has whitewashed us 3-0 in the ODI series. This result wasn't quite expected at the start of the series despite the fact that we lost the test series 2-1, but here we are. What can I say? As I had mentioned in my previous video, that KL Rahul's captaincy lacked imagination, and although he is new to the job, I think he needs to harness his skills. We know he did a terrific job at Punjab Kings, but now at the India level it is not quite good, and at least we should look at Shreyas Iyer whenever he comes back into the playing 11, and Rishabh Pant or might be Jasprit Bumrah as a future captaincy option after the generational transition, that is the retirement of Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. But anyways, that topic will be discussed afterwards. We will discuss this match. India won the toss and chose to bowl first. South Africa finished with 287 all out in 49.5 overs, with Quinton de Kock once again making merry against the Indian attack. Now it has become a habit of Quinny to play good innings against India. Unfortunately, now as an Indian fan, he scored 124 of 130 deliveries. He balanced caution with aggression, played his strokes all around the ground, especially towards his leg side. And one mark improvement from his game is that his offside play has been particularly well developed in the recent month as well, and it was quite evident in this series and in particular this match. He took the Indian bowlers to cleaners, and we had no answer. Rassie van der Dusen scored 52 runs, and David Miller scored 39 runs. For India, the pick of the bowlers was Deepak Chahar. In 10 overs, he gave away 53 runs and took 2 wickets. Jasprit Bumrah also gave away 52 runs and 2 wickets. Sorry, Prasidh Krishna was the pick of the bowlers. Sorry for that. He gave away 59 runs and took 3 wickets. And Yuzi Chahal finished with a wicket in his 10 overs by giving away 47 runs. The target was 288 for India, and it wasn't a very hard target. But Shikhar Dhawan once again proving why he is one of the best ODI batsmen going around. As we know that his age, and he currently does not play for India in the T20 format anymore. So onus is on him and pressure is on him every time he comes back into the ODI game because of his age and his reputation. But once again he proves the critics wrong, and he has done it exactly the same this time. 61 of 73 deliveries. He would be sad that he didn't quite kick on, but a great innings nonetheless. He scored a 50 in the first innings as well. Virat Kohli showed glimpses of his former self, though not quite yet at his best, but he scored 65 runs of 84 deliveries, and we can hope that Virat continues his good form and eventually that 71st 100 will come. Shreyas Iyer scored 26 runs of 34 deliveries, and Surya Kumar Yadav chipped in with 39 of 32 deliveries. I'm sorry, at the start I mentioned that Shreyas Iyer is injured, but he was playing this game, so sorry for that mistake. And Deepak Chahar scored 54 of 34. As we know, in the second ODI against Sri Lanka in July last year, when the second string side was visiting Lanka, he scored his first 50. So we know his great batting capabilities as well. So once again he showed why he is an able all-rounder, and India is lucky to have a guy like Deepak Chahar as well, Shardul Thakur as well, Venkatesh Iyer as well, and Hardik Pandya, as we know, is currently injured and is recuperating. But anyways, he brought us back into the game after a middle order collapse, I would say, because there were not enough partnership to take us all over the line. Yuzi Chahal got out in the last over, so we could in 49.2 overs we were all out for 283. Yuzi Chahal once said that he has quite worked on his batting skills, but unfortunately it wasn't evident in this match. I am not blaming him though. If the top order couldn't get the job done nicely, there should be no reason why we should expect that the lower order will do the same. But anyways, I think the leg side was pretty open, so if he just could have kept his presence of mind and just looked for the singles, he could have won it. But anyways, what is gone is gone. Lungi Ngidi took 3 wickets by giving away 58 runs in his 10 overs. Andile Felupaya also picked up 3 wickets. Keshav Maharaj 1 wicket, and Dwayne Pretorius took 2 wickets. So these were the bowling figures for the South Africans. So all in all, a pretty disappointing series for Team India. Nothing has gone right after the first test victory, and it is a big learning curve for us, that we shouldn't take any overseas victories for granted. And this was the best chance, especially in the test series, but and the ODI series we disappointed as well. KL Rahul's captaincy is a minus point in this series, I would like to point out, unfortunately, but I'm sure he will get better as and when he gets more captaincy time, particularly in the IPL, with rumors that Lucknow Titans have Lucknow have Super Giants have almost signed him. So it is his captaincy skills are work in progress, and I'm sure he will come out good after gaining some experience in this series. So a 3-0 whitewash to Team India, and a rude awakening for the new coach Rahul Dravid as well, after the clean sweep against New Zealand. And one player we desperately missed in this series was Rohit Sharma. Hope Hitman is recovering well from his recent fitness issues, and he is available for the next series against the West Indies, which is going to take place at home. So how did you like my analysis of this match? Please tell in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and press the bell icon for further notifications. We'll meet in the next video. Till then everyone, bye.